What's going on, people? This is another episode of Miquiel Banks, the hip hop evangelist. And today's topic is going to be explaining the difference between a zero, a founder, the inner circle, and the other people. So let me get my notes together here. Okay. So what happens in hip hop is that there are different degrees of founders. So when hip hop starts, for me, like I was a young boy, I was breakdancing. So for me, I would be an active member. So in that capacity, I'm a co-founder of Atlanta or ATL hip hop culture. But there are people who were around before and they kind of blended into what we were doing. So in ATL hip hop, that would be DJ Smash. And for those who don't know, DJ Smash taught himself. He's self-taught. Just like up in New York, you have Grandmaster Flowers. Our version of Grandmaster Flowers is DJ Smash. He's self-taught. He won the DJ competition at the Omni 3 years in a row. And then he joined his brother Kelvin Walter, who was my mentor, and they started Rainbow Arcade, which is a premier location for the founding of ATL hip hop culture in the SWATS. Okay, so let's get back to this founder issue. So we have the people who are active I'm a founder. DJ Smash was before, but when hip hop came along, he blended into it. So let's talk about the inner circle of hip hop. So you have a founder. Now, founder is considered zero. And I know zero is supposed to be nothing or no thing, but zero is a circle and it's everything. So whatever chapter you're in or wherever you're from, the founders are considered zero. As they say, ground zero, that's what this is. Now, this is the founders. Now, there are people on the outside of the founders, and these people are considered ones and twos. They are part of the inner circle of hip hop. Okay? Now, outside of them, there's other people. So we'll say there are 3s, 4, 5, and 6s. These are the people that you see on TV. So I want you to think about that. 3, 4, 5, 6, those are the people you see on TV. So you're not getting the full power or full connection to the people who actually started it. So, for example, in New York, you have Eddie Chiba, who's considered part of electro and disco. But because he was already there and he was doing what he was doing, people don't consider that hip hop. But Russell Simmons saw what he was doing, and people are gonna say it inspired him, but I would say he saw what he was doing, kind of copied. You can phrase it however you want to. And then you have people like Grandmaster Flowers, who was a founder, but I guess he don't give credit. And here in Atlanta, we have DJ Smash and Kelvin Walter. They started the Rainbow Arcade, which is a premier location. So in the SWATS, in early hip hop, when we were breakdancing, there were 2 locations. It was Greenbrier Mall and it was Rainbow Arcade. We went to the mall, hung out, and we went to the arcade and we battled. That was hip hop in the early days, before any of these people came around. Now, somewhere in there, we're gonna have to add Jelly Beans, because Jelly Beans is a premier location too. But I would say that Rainbow and Greenbrier was first, and Jelly Beans kind of blended into it because people were skating. Skating is a major part of ATL hip hop culture. So there you have it. This is what I'm talking about, and I think that wraps up. I went over what a zero is, a founder, the inner circle, and the people on TV.